Just days after the nationwide protests over the fatal Memphis police beating of Tyre Nichols, Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Congressman James Comer, eliminated the subcommittee on civil rights and civil liberties. My next guest proposed an amendment to reinstate the civil rights panel, but it was voted down along party lines. Joining me now in studio, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, a member of the House Oversight Committee. Congresswoman Crockett, welcome back to the Sunday Show. Why should there be a subcommittee on civil rights and civil liberties?
Well, considering where we are in this country, I don't even think it should be up for debate, unfortunately. This subcommittee existed before. This subcommittee was responsible for voting rights issues. As we know in this country, there's a few questions around voting rights. Some of us fled our state and had warrants surrounding voting rights. In addition to all the police brutality, everyone could unanimously say that what happened in Memphis was problematic. Well, what really did happen in Memphis? How did we get here? That is the question. How do we make sure that there is not another Tyre Nichols? And so it's important that we have this oversight and we use it in a smart way. The idea that next week I'm going to be dealing with Twitter and Hunter Biden's laptop, these are the priorities. That is a problem when we have people that are dying in the streets. So I think that this was a very common sense amendment. And Marjorie Taylor Greene seemed to agree, kinda.
Kinda. You brought her up. Let's play this, what she had to say about Tyre Nichols.
I do agree with you about Tyre Nichols' death. I watched the video and it was tragic and extremely difficult to watch. I would also like to point out that that city is Democrat-controlled, and the 5 officers that have been arrested and charged are Black. And I think that this isn't an issue of racism or anything like that. I'd like to also point something that I'd hope you share with me. There's a woman in this room whose daughter was murdered on January 6th, Ashley Babbitt. And Ashley Babbitt there's never been a trial. As a matter of fact, no one has cared about the person that shot and killed her.
Congresswoman Crockett, Ashley Babbitt was an insurrectionist. I said it. Your reaction to Congresswoman Greene?
So interestingly enough, this was just an organizational meeting. And so it was my first time. So I was like, where is the clap back button? I was like, which button is the... Because I didn't know, but, it was really offensive. He had not even been buried, and you drew this false equivalency. There was no equivalency. This was a Black man driving down the street in America trying to get to his mama's house who had not committed a crime versus an insurrectionist who was coming to kill some of your colleagues or harm them in some way. The fact that you think that they're on the same level is a problem for me, because you're basically saying that a white woman in America committing a crime should be given the same deference as a Black man who simply was driving down the street, not committing a crime. You think that that's the same level? And the fact that she had that young lady's mom in the room as a prop on that day, it was almost like we planned this and I walked into it. But it is offensive. We do know that we need, part of this that you didn't play was her talking about our prisons. And so she said, we do need to investigate, because the January 6ers that are going to jail and prison, you know what? That's a problem. Those conditions are bad. All of a sudden we care about. All of a sudden it's bad because of the January 6th insurrectionist folk.